and welcome back to my how-tos. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this messy bun look. It is my go-to for the dirty girl messy bun. I'm going to be showing you two variations of this, one without fringe and one with fringe / face framing. So if you want to see this, stick around. This is my absolute go-to hair. It's my I can't be asked to wash it hair, and should have washed it last night, didn't get around to it hair. So absolutely perfect if you just want to create a really messy, almost purposeful messy bun look. So first things first, evaluate what is sitting on top of your head. Like I said, I think this is actually day 3 hair, so she's a little crazy. So what I would always start off by doing is getting your dry shampoo if you are a little bit oily, because you don't want it to look too disgusting. Scrunch ball. Give her a shake. Up in the root. Give it a little spray at the root. Basically all your greasy bits. And I got a lot of those. Leave it just for a couple of seconds to really absorb that oil, and then you just want to kind of work it through. Work that right through your scalp. Circular motions, don't be too rough, and as you can see, that also creates just a little bit of volume. If your hair is particularly straight, I would always recommend curling the hair first. You can always go back and watch my how-to curling hair tutorial. That will just give your hair a little bit of grip and also something for the bun to kind of cling onto once you've toppled it on top of your head. Also a little dusting of hairspray, but as you can see, mine is pretty grim, so I don't think I need to particularly worry too much about it wanting to cling onto itself for dear life. Let's begin. What you're going to need is a scrunchie, some curby grips, and if you have particularly thick hair, you might want to don't like telling my girls to get these because they can damage the hair, just your normal kind of elastic hairband. Again, for the purposes of the messy bun, it's fine, but try and always stick with a scrunchie if you can. So, claws. Get your claws out. This is going to be the way you scrape your hair up. Scrunchie your band, I would start off by putting that around your hand or around your wrist, just so it's ready to anchor your hair in when you've grabbed your first section. Again, elastic band, not an elastic band, hairband or scrunchie. Whack it on your wrist. I'm right-handed, so it always goes on this one, but again, it depends on the hand you get. So scrape, claw scrape, claw scrape, and all you're doing is dragging it all back into your ponytail. So again, don't hold it too tight. But what the claw hand does is it starts you off with that kind of slightly looser, not too Croydon facelift style. Styles. There you go. Okay, so decide on whereabouts you want your bun to sit. I tend to go just above my crown area so I can actually see it from the front, but again, put it where you like. This is a big top of the head messy bun tutorial, so I tend to go at the top. So you've got your little pony. If you've got longer hair, stick to this method, but you'll see what I mean when your longer bits come out. But just persevere, and basically what you want to be doing is getting your hair tight, round it goes, ready to do a ponytail. But for the second wrap, you don't want to be bringing it all the way through. So you've got this. Once you're here, and again, you'll see what I mean. If you've got longer hair, you'll have a lot more of this hair sticking out, but don't worry about that bit for now. So what you're kind of left with here, if you can see, is like a little hair tunnel. So you could effectively put your fingers up in it. It's like a little hair tube. With your hair tube, pinch the ends and just shimmy it up slightly forward. And as you can see, it's starting to build up a little bit of height through this front section. Another nice little thing to do is just grab some of your bits in that section and just pull, just to again give you that more textured look. At this stage, what I tend to do is very gently pull away from your hair tie. The back's quite important because you can end up with a flat head or an alien head. Keep a mirror to hand and just kind of look at what you're doing at the back. You want that nice rounded shape, nothing too. Once you've kind of established your general shape, Again, it's a messy bun. I'm dissecting it quite intricately for you, but the idea is you can do this quite quickly, and the messier the better, I always say. So once you've established where you want your bun, leave your longer bits out for you long-haired girls. And again, this is why it helps if you've got a slight bend in the hair, so you haven't got anything too severe coming out. If you've got a slight bend, it will just kind of be able to be worked into the rest of the final look. Once you've got your central hair tube, grab one side and twist it around to disguise your hair tie. Then, hair grip. Make sure the crinkly side is on the bottom because that's going against the scalp. Get her in and just secure that towards your scrunchie. Okay, so again, it's all about personal preference. I like to kind of pull mine out as I'm going because it gets it quite big. But again, don't be too precious. Just keep pulling it apart. Try not to pull too hard because you don't want to start loosening all of this section out. And then basically you're molding it in. If you've got gaps, don't worry about, you don't want to be closing every gap. Remember, we're not making it too tight unless you're auditioning for the Nutcracker. All you're doing is making sure that it's relatively balanced so that when you pull your bits out, it's going to look purposeful. Again, clip in, pulling out. You can even just tug little bits away. There we go. That is your bun shape. So to make it not look too Trunchbull-esque, I then just pull little bits out around the face. If you have these bits, some people do not, that's fine, but you will have some little baby hairs. I think it's quite cute to pull those out. Then all you're doing is just fluffing it about a little bit. Check your back section to make sure you haven't got anything hanging down. If you do, just kind of twist up, clip back up into that bun. But again, I do like having little nape hairs falling down because again, it gives you that kind of lived-in look. But that is numero uno. Once you're happy, spray it in. I like dusting a hairspray, will just help secure it very slightly. L'Oreal Elnet, trade secret, it's the best. You're not looking for it to be too perfect, so again, have a bit of fun with it, pull little bits out, again, just get the shape that you want. I always find that the scrunchy element within there acts a little bit like a hair donut. So it just adds a little bit more padding around there, especially if you have particularly fine hair. Curling the hair, adding a bit of hairspray, even gently backcombing, not too brutally because you don't want to damage. That will also pad out the hair. So if you want to wear a nice high bun but you have quite fine hair, just pad it out, wrap it around your scrunchy donut or actual hair donut, and it just adds a little bit more oomph. Okie dokie. Who's ready for round two? Bun numero 2. So we're doing the same kind of thing. However, if you have a fringe or face framing, I'm going to show you how I section that off and then commence scrape bun. I'm not going to blow dry my front section right now. So easy peasy, let's do it. If you're doing this and you haven't got your parting in place, just make sure you spray that section down, smooth it off with your hairdryer, just so you can establish where you want that face framing to go. Really, really easy. I just literally take my front section. That tends to be my grown out fringe with a little bit of side hair. Side hair? Has anybody seen my side hair? Again, do not be too precious. I prefer a much messier lived-in bun look, but we're all different. Grab it out the way, and all you're going to be doing is twisting it and clipping it away. In she goes. Ooh. Tiny little man bun. So now you have your front section separate from the rest of your hair. You can carry on and just commence scrape bun. I don't know where scrape bun came from. I suppose it does what it says on the tin. So I'm sticking to it. Claws, remember the claws. Scrunchie on hand or wrist. Grab hair into your ponytail. Also works quite nicely for a half up, half down look. Obviously, that's quite self-explanatory. Just leave the bottom section out and kind of take your section from ear height upwards. I always feel I look a little bit like Triple H from WWE wrestling when I wear my hair like that, but that's my insecurity, no one else's. But I do also think it looks cool. Oh, and Legolas. Okay, there you go. Hair up in your high pony, hair tube, shimmy forward, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Pull your little bits out, tube section, pull it around, curvy grip, pin it in, fabulous. Keep pulling it apart so you can get that shape. Placing your pins where you fancy. Looking pretty suave. And again, pay attention to the back of your head. What is this? Somebody wasn't invited to the party. That happens, so up she goes, and just again, either tuck it back up into the scrunchie or hairband and just pin it into place. There you go. So you've got your nice shape. So with your side bits, again, I've got a lot of baby hair around my hairline. Pull little bits down. Cute. Then we are going to release the smallest little, what is this, a center for ants? Okay, oh, here we go again. Do not fear, it's like a nightmare. So bring your front section back down and decide where the parting is going. Give it a little zhuzh. Can use a comb, but I only have my Tangle Teezer to hand. And so just to fix that little situation, now is when you're gonna blend your fringe into the hair. My trusty sexes. Make sure you've got your heat protection on, especially around this hairline, because we tend to overcompensate by over-styling it. And if you haven't got your heat protection, you're gonna kill it. And that's why you end up with loads of spindly, gappy, broken hair. Gab, y'all. My fringe is actually growing out, so I'm literally just going to bend the ends smoothly. It's always better to kind of go slower and bend it as opposed to keep going over and over it, because again, you don't want to die. And the same with this side. So there you have it. One fabulous bun with your face framing / fringe left out. So there we have it. 2 buns, 2 different looks. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let me know if you give this a go, and also how you got on. Goodbye.